The little boy looks at the bread in his hand and decides to steal it. He raises his shirt and wants to hide the bread in the belly. The old man suddenly stops him. He shakes his head. When he pays the bill, he buys the bread and gives it to the little boy. The little boy wolfs down the bread. He hasn't eaten for a long time. The old man supports charity, but he is insulted by the shop manager. The shop manager says that man is stupid, but that old man doesn't care about it. He takes his dog and the little boy to the sea to take a bath. At night, the old man let the little boy sleep in his car. He comforts the little boy while looking at the stars. I will take you home tomorrow. But unexpectedly, the little boy steals all of his money. The world is no longer kind. The shop manager tells the old man living in the world should not be too kind, otherwise, you will be cheated. Looking at the empty wallet, what the old man cares about is not money. But the kid in the end doesn't want to trust him. He complains about the inaction of the current government. He is so angry that he has a heart attack. He is seriously ill now. He also has no penny in his pocket. But he still raises a dog. How to live such a life? It never rains but it pours. His dog is ill. He can only call his friend for help. Unexpectedly, when we are at the lowest point, even friends' feelings also become thin. Therefore, the old man decides to buy all the belongings to let his dog visit a doctor. In the end, after a surgical operation, his dog is on the mend. After that, when they pass by the former home, the old man sees his wife and children. But he doesn't dare to visit them. Soon after, his condition is getting worse and worse. He doesn't want to implicate his dog. Therefore, when the sun is setting in the west, they watch the sunset for the last time. Before leaving, the old man entrusts his dog to the hotel owner. He writes the dog's name on the cage. When he is about to leave, the dog starts barking. It seems to feel something. Looking at the dog, the old man isn't hard-hearted enough to leave the dog there. In this way, the old man and the dog start living together again. The old man drives to a camping area. The scenery here is so beautiful. He wants to spend the last time here. With the change of seasons, the food here is getting less and less. The old man is also getting worse and worse due to a lack of medicines. In the end, he still falls ill. The old man is about to die. He slowly opens the car door to let his dog get out. But after the dog leaves, he started to feel scared. He doesn't want to be alone before he dies. The old man begins to recall the past. The first time he meets the dog, he is frightened. He doesn't like animals, but under his daughter's insistence, he also accepts it. He also makes a home for the dog. The dog's name is Happy. In a blink of an eye, as the dog grows up, her daughter doesn't like it anymore. In this way, he becomes the only owner of the dog. He once had a happy family. But after he is laid off, the relationship between him and his wife also changes. The wife not only puts on heavy makeup but also stays out all night. After that, he is diagnosed with heart disease. That day, when he and Happy come to hang out by the river, Happy runs over with a lottery ticket in its mouth. Unexpectedly, they won the first prize. The old man wants to surprise his wife. But his wife gives him a shock first. A divorce agreement is presented to him. The old man keeps silent. But his wife still takes the children away and leaves him. Back to now, the old man knows that he can't survive this winter. He tells Happy, Happy, don't need to find food for me. But the dog still withstands the wind and snow to come to the town. The dog always remembers to bring back food for its owner. At night, the dog comes back with a bag of bread in its mouth. But at this time, the old man no longer needs it. He caresses Happy. After saying sorry, he slowly closes his eyes. Happy doesn't know what death means. The dog still insists on going out every day to find food and brings clean food back to the car. Happy on the other hand eats earthworms in the quagmire. Gradually the dog smells all over. People will stay away from it when it walks on the road. That day, Happy sees a family is having a barbecue. It walks over slowly. The owner of this dog has been dead in the car for a long time. But the dog still finds food for the owner. Because in the dog's heart, the owner just falls asleep. The dog is hungry and hallucinates. It sees a family is having a barbecue. Happy hallucinates that the owner is calling it. Therefore, it walks over slowly. Happy doesn't hurt anyone. It just wants to find food for the owner. But this cruel man hits the dog on the leg with a brick. Happy turns its head silently as if it wants to say sorry for frightening them. Happy limps and walks home. But the blood has blurred its vision. The dog is severely injured. It wants to lie down and have a rest. But the dog seems to hear the call from the owner.
Happy. Happy. Oide.
At the last moment of life, the dog endures pain to stand up. In this way, Happy follows the voice, and limps back to his owner with a strong will. As the breath gets weaker, the dog also dies. Soon after, the police find out about this scrapped car in the woods. After checking, the old man died half a year ago. And the dog died a month ago. Humans will betray, but dogs will never. When Happy opens its eyes again, it sees the owner. There are full of sunflowers around. In another world, they finally wait until the spring blossoms. Happy is happy to accompany the owner. The dog smiles and the owner smile too. They finally return to their world. I'm Harry, don't forget to follow me.